Hello everyone, welcome back into our YouTube channel. Today I'm in Krakow, in my home city. I'm sitting on the garden. Here is the house of my parents. And in this video I would like to tell you my story about Sweden. As you know, my life is associated not only with Romania. I had some connection. Still I think I have with this country, means Sweden, and today I would like to tell you my story, how it was my past, my experience with this country. So if you are interested in, I'm inviting you to stay with me. I'm happy to record this video here in the garden because I hear the birds, a lot of nature. This is the place in the middle of the city, and I can enjoy this view, this beautiful garden. So I hope you will like also the atmosphere in this video, because usually I was recording in my apartment, and when I was sitting on the bed, okay, these videos, I understand they had some subjects, etc. But yes, for me sometimes to change this environment when I'm recording something is also important, and I think I will do some videos also in Bucharest from some nice places, because we have a lot of nice parks, and for sure it will appear some videos from nice places from Romania. Let's start my story. It was in 2004. I was much more younger. Okay, I'm not old yet, but you know, I was 20 and something, 23. Okay, let's say in this way. And I decided with my two friends and one their colleague to go to Sweden. And this was the year when Poland joined to European Union, and many people started to leave from Poland to other countries. Probably the most of them, they left to England, Germany, but also some people left to Nordic countries, as Sweden for example. I remember that Poland joined to European Union in May 2004, and we decided to go to Sweden in June. So I was going with my friends. They are brothers, two of my friends, and one their colleague, and we went there by car. This was our first step to get to Sweden, and we went by car from Krakow to Gdańsk. From there we took a ferry boat, and we arrived to Nynäshamn. This was some little city close to the Baltic, some city on the seaside, and from there we went to Stockholm. I regret because we hadn't so much opportunity to visit Stockholm. Now, means about 2 months ago, I was with Anna to visit this beautiful city, and yes, if you didn't saw our videos, I will share some link here in this video, so you'll be able to watching. But in this time, it wasn't a good chance to visit something, because our goal it was to gain money, to find job in Sweden. So our plan to find a job was to ask the people, simply people, to ask to about job. And yes, of course we had a plan not to do this in some big cities, in Stockholm or some others. Our plan it was to ask the people about job in some little village, some little places where was living only like in countryside the people. and yes, we had a car, we had a tent with us. So our first 3 days, it was only to travel through the Sweden. We passed Stockholm, and I remember we had to ask some Swedish people to get permission if we can stay close to their home, because there was some lake. Well, I have to say that Sweden has a lot of beautiful lakes, and this was a great place to set up our tent and to stay there for the night. I have to say also that the nights in Sweden, it wasn't exist in this time in June, because Sweden is the country when in the summer you have all the time the sun. It's not coming the evening. It's not coming night. So it was all the night light, and we couldn't sleep. We couldn't accommodate to this light. Yes, it was tough to us. But now when I remember, when I have this in my memories, yes, I think it was nice experience. And what else? We set up this tent close to the lake, and I remember how we wanted to prepare something to eat, and we hadn't water with us. We had a lot of stuff, some food, because we took from Poland, but okay, we hadn't water, and we took water from the lake. We poured the water to cook pasta. So that was some funny part of this story. Yes, and there was some little village where we stopped. We asked some people about job. It was like that. We went from home to another home, and we knocked to the door, and the people, when they opened, if someone was at home, we asked about job. Of course, we were speaking in English, because many Swedish people, they are able to speak very well in English, so yes, it was easy to communicate with them, but the people were afraid to, in my opinion, they were afraid to give us the job, because this kind of job, what we wanted to do, it wasn't legal. It means without any contract, without some paying of the taxes, without, you know, what I have in my mind. And the people were afraid. They proposed us some job to do if we want to make something for them, but only we could receive the food. So no, it wasn't a good deal for us, because we wanted to bring money to Poland. Everyone had some plan what to do with this money, and yes, we wanted to just to gain something. I remember when we came to some little village, and of course, we wanted to go from home to home to ask about jobs some people, and nobody was in this village. I was surprised, but after that we discovered, because it was 22 June, and this was the day when the day was the longest in Sweden. It wasn't night. You couldn't see the night in this day, so yes, the people were celebrate this day, and they went somewhere to some city, closer city to this village, and nobody was there. And I remember when I wanted to knock to some door, and this door was even open. Some door was open in some home, and I was so much surprised, because this door was automatically open, and I saw how it's inside in this home. The people, they didn't close even, you know, for the key. They didn't use the lock or the key to close the door, because they trust in people. This is some some characteristic about Swedish people. They trust, and nobody will steal them, nobody will enter to their house. So yes, this house was open, and okay, we didn't get inside, but we closed the door, and we tried to find some other people in this village. But I saw one boy, and he saw us, and he started to run away because he was afraid. We are strangers. What people we are, who we are. Yes. And he started to run away, but we wanted to catch him. And in some moment he was tired to running from running, and he stopped and he told, "What do you want from me? What do you want from me?" And I was the person who was speaking usually with the Swedish people, because my English was okay. Even now I can say my English is not perfect. Sometimes I'm doing some mistakes, but it doesn't matter. I'm able to speak. And in this time, when we were in 2004 in Sweden, also I was the person who was responsible to talk with the people. And I told to him, we are searching job. Can you advise something for us where we can find the job, or can you help us with searching this job here in Sweden? And he told, no, I can't help you. But when I saw his scared eyes, I was really sorry about him. Yes, so this was some part of searching our job in Sweden, and it took us 3 days. Why 3 days? Because after 3 days we arrived to some little village. Of course, I remember the name. It was Nekembek. This little village is situated about 250 kilometers from Stockholm, more on the north. It was close to the some little city Sala, which one was about 1 way by car from this village. And yes, there of course we wanted to ask the people about job, and I saw some man who was working close to the home, and I asked him about job. He wasn't sure the answer, and I saw his little thinking, but he told us, no, I don't need no one to help me. And I was disappointed, because I had the feeling that he can help us, he can give us some job. And we left from this place, from his garden, and we went to the car. And when we were leaving from this place, we saw in the mirror he's going behind of us. He took a car, and he wanted to stop us. Yes, because he changed the mind, and he proposed us a job. We saw him, of course, from the car. We stopped and we started to talk with him, and he wasn't sure us about how we are, what people we are, so he proposed us only job for 1 day. And we thought, okay, 1 day, it's good to start with something, and to not search some job more. And it was good choice from our side, because he proposed us some money. We didn't know even how much he will pay for us, but it was a good deal after that, because you will see. And we started to help him. He had something to help him with this, I don't know how to say in English, when you have cut grass, it's dry, and it's for this kind of grass is for animal. I am not sure how to say this in English, but we had to clean this in some building what was close to his home. Yes, it was our first job to put this from one place to another place. Yes, and we started to do this. We had some tools how the people are using in countryside. It was our first day of job, and after that he told us, no, you can stay for one night, because he had two houses. It means two houses. One house was when he was living, and another house was opposite this first one. And in this second house was living some people from different countries. There were people from Uzbekistan, I remember, and from Moldavia, yes. And these people were working for him. A little break for a coffee. It's really nice to sit on the garden and speak in front the camera to you guys and tell my story, yes. And he was agreed to stay for one night, but I have to say he wasn't Swede, means he was from Austria, and his wife was from Russia. Yes, so it was some kind of mixed nationality couple. And this man, now he's 70 years old, I think so. And he proposed us a job, and he told us, oh, you can stay for 1 week. And our first offer, the job was to work for him, 4 person, because I was with my 2 friends and one their colleague, and he proposed us this job for $1,000. So, oh my God, for us, this job offer was really good. In 2004, people didn't gain so much money. I will tell about this later, because I got offer job when I come back to Poland, but $1,000, okay, to share between 4 person, but however, it was good money for us. And yes, we started to work for him. It was some kind of job, you know, how the people need some help on the countryside, and he proposed us to paint something, to work in the garden. It was some kind of job, to cut the wood. Yes, so we had what to do in this 1 week. I want to mention also when we finish working for Hans, because his name is Hans. After 1 day our job in this place, we had good atmosphere in the evening, because we were prepared to have some gifts, because I didn't know what people we can meet in Sweden, and we took a bottle of vodka, we took cigarettes. I was smoking in this time, so I had also cigarettes for me. And Hans was a person who was smoking also, so I gave to him cigarettes. We celebrated our dinner in the evening with him, with his wife. She prepared something good to eat, and of course we had to try Polish vodka, yes, so it was a good atmosphere, and I think Hans started to trust in us, that we are good people, we don't have some bad things what we could do for him and his family, so he trusted in us, and he proposed us this job for 1 week. Yes, and after 1 week we finish job for him, and he proposed for 2 person. And after 2 weeks of work, because we stayed more there, of course, and he proposed us to work for his friend. 2 of us, me and my friend, we left from Neckenbeck to some other village, about half hour way by car from this place. I don't remember the name of this village. I forgot, really, I forgot. And I stayed there work for some Swedish family, and my another friend with this colleague, they worked in some place close to Hans' home. The neighbor gave the job for them, and they had some kind of job with the horses, because this man had horses, some animals there. I'm not sure what they were doing there exactly, but they had also some kind of job, how it's necessary to do some duties in the countryside. Yes, but I stayed with my friend in this Swedish family, and okay, we had something to help to build some building. He needs some building to like a garage, but we helped him to build this from the wood. Yes, and also some. Oh, it's kitty. Some kitty is going here. I don't know. You will not see in the camera because I can't turn around now. But he's looking at me. Yes. And we did some job in the garden, of course. You know, some basic things what we could help for this Swedish man. Yes, and there we spent another 2 weeks. It was good experience also. Maybe I remember on the beginning this period when we were to work for this Swedish man. I never met before with such kind of thing as the water. Yes, because I have to tell you, he gave us the water from the tap, and I thought, oh my God, he treats us as the animals or who we are. I was even upset because I thought, oh, how he could treat us in this way, to give us the tap water, and I didn't know that tap water is the best water wherever you can find. Yes, in Sweden, tap water is amazing. Yes, so when I saw he was also drinking tap water, this Swedish man, Lars is his name, and I was very surprised, and after that I understand that it was normal. So yes, I remember it was some kind of good experience. I remember his wife, she asked what we want to eat for breakfast, for lunch. She wanted to do some shopping, to buy some kind of food for us. Yes, so it was really nice experience to work for them also. I don't want to be too much long this story. I know I'm talking too much, but as I told, Sweden is also important in my life. It was some period what was happened in my life, and I wanted to share this experience with you guys. And what else? After this job, when I was working in Lars' house, I came back to Hans with my friend. We stayed there for 1 week more, or 1 or 2 weeks. I'm not sure now. Yes, it doesn't matter. And we had to do something more for him. It was oh yes, I remember it. We had to help him to cut the wood. Yes, it was a lot of wood to cut, and we had to help him. And our another friend and this colleague, they were working for this another neighbor in these times. So we were separated, but still had a job. So that was good point for us. Yes. And after 1 or 2 weeks, it was finished. It was finished everything, and I remember even it was started something some relations not good between us because we started to argue about some little things, and we decided to come back to Poland. We had open ticket for ferry boat, so we could just call to call center for ferry boat to Gdańsk and to book our ticket for some day. And yes, we did this. And what else? I can say we came back to Poland, we came back healthy to Krakow. And one thing was good between us, because even we were working separated, we put all the money on the table and we shared equal for each of other. So it was some deal what we keep to the end. So yes, it was good experience, and in 2004 I gained from Sweden 5,000 zloty. 5,000 zloty, yes, so it was a lot of money in this time, 5,000 zloty. I remember when I wanted to find a job here in Krakow in 2004, they proposed me for hour, because it was some amount for hour, 3 zloty, 3 Polish zloty and 50 groszy. It was something incredible, so little money in this time. Yes, when I found a job for 5 zloty per hour, oh, it was something. Yes, in this time, in 2004, yes. So to gain this 5,000 zloty in this time, you had to work a few months to have this money, yes. And I spent this money for my first car. That was Opel Kadett, old car from 1990, but I just did driving license in 2004 in May, before I left to Sweden. So my dream was buy a car, and I did my dream. Yes, my dream came true. So yes, that was my story, my life story about Sweden. I could say some more things what we did there. Also, we had opportunity little to sightseeing, but some little cities as Uppsala, Sala. But this is not for this movie. I don't want to speak too much and to make this episode too long. So yes, I think it's time to finish. Please, guys, write some comment. What do you think about my life story from Sweden? And maybe you have some similar experience from some other countries, not only about Sweden, yes, because many people left from Poland to some other countries, so probably you could have some similar or probably different experience, yes. Write some comment, of course, give me the thumbs up, and I encourage everyone to subscribe our channel Live in Romania. See you next time.